Hello, welcome back to another episode, Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm recording this directly after the last one. My sanity is still not intact. The cryptographic sequencer does not help with that. Okay. So we're gonna leave here. We're gonna go to the gardens. We're gonna deal with poison ivy. Fight some titans. No, that glitched. It's going to be one of the annoying parts of this game now is that the lunatics are going to be everywhere. Trying to remember where most of them are placed at when they jump out at you. But okay. There we go. I'm gonna go down, I think. So I think that's faster. Because it's one tunnel instead of two. Alright, take out some lunatics. Oh, great. I fought 4 of these in one area. One of them despawned, I think. But last time we talked about Vladimir. As in Vladimir, I mean crazy religious man. One thing that you should know, there's a lot of people that I just actively hate, and these people are one of them. I could go on for over an hour on a rant about a YouTuber named Retro Rick, and yeah, but I have so much built up hatred for that guy, and to most people it's going to seem insane as to why. I can tell you this story. Do you want to know the story? I don't think you do. So, okay. Zap him. So this guy, Retro Rick, first build up to this story. Local video game store called Game Point. Favorite video game store to go to. Great selection of games. Don't treat this as an advertisement for them. I don't recommend you ever go to this store because it's ruined. They were a store that you could basically any type of game there. They had, you could get day one releases of big modern games. You could buy NES games though. You could get anything. Big shelves. They had a counter that went across an entire wall filled with thousands of DS games. And then one day a guy named Retro Rick showed up and bought the store. Not that big a deal, right? Well, the big deal is what he did with it. He took everything out of that store and destroyed it. Now, I have not been there in probably over a year. The last time I went to that store was literally just to check on it, to see what he had done to it. This store, the whole area of the store, had massive statues of beloved video game characters. And he took this and removed a bunch of them and replaced them with cartoon characters and random movie characters that had nothing to do there. He took out, there was, I don't remember who it was, that had a giant thing in the store, and he replaced it with E.T. There was all the DS games he threw out. He got rid of all the DS and 3DS games, all of those retro games that were in there. I remember one time just binging through his videos, just seeing what horrible things he had planned. He talked about wanting to throw out all the PS3 and Xbox 360 games, which took up an entire wall, because he wanted to make room for t-shirts. Which, GamePoint was always a video game store first, but a good portion of the store was dedicated to board games, because long before it became one thing, it was a video game store next to a board game store, and they merged together and they just combined. But thanks to Retro Rick, that's no longer a thing, and the area where the board games were all kept is now replaced with toys. He's turned it into a toy store. And okay. Now, this guy, just a jerk, okay? All of his videos are, of course, clickbait. One of his videos I remember seeing was a picture of him, like, with a pirate's chest full of just random video game consoles, and he's like, "We found pirate video game treasure," or whatever. Just random stupid stuff that nobody with any brain cells would believe, yet of course all the comments on there are people that 100% believe it. But I don't understand how anyone could go to that store, because it is not a video game store anymore. It's like a shelf for Wii games, and then like some PS2 games, and then there's like a small glass case that's got like everything else in it, and that's pretty much it. He took out just all the video games and replaced it with random merchandise. He basically just turned it into an even worse version of GameStop. And then I remember there back used to in the store. I'm being 100% serious when I say this. Used to in the store, there were these spots on the wall where they had glass cases in the wall, and in each one was stuff from a different video game. There was one that was all Tomb Raider themed. There was one that was all Metroid themed. Stuff like that. And that was really cool. I remember seeing one of the videos he did, and he was showing that area and said, I think we're going to get rid of this and make it pictures of like himself. Like he's got such an ego that he needs multiple glass cases full of pictures of himself. But just how annoying this guy is. How egotistical. He's just an egomaniac psycho. That's all I can describe him as. But I can rant on him for about an hour. I didn't know 10 minutes went by. I'm not going to talk to this guy because he's just really ungrateful. It's like when you go and talk to him, Batman's just like, are you alright? And he just goes, I would have been. What took you so long? It's like he got hit once. Okay, I'm going to need pure concentration for this. One of the worst things, though, what little people do watch my videos, I know that they're getting mad at me for saying this stuff, but it's like, I don't care because I'm right. I could go after YouTube's golden child and talk about how fake his videos are. I could say his name. I could tell you how fake he is, how much of an egotistical jerk he is. But I'm not going to, because if I do this, then the entire channel is not going to survive. Because it's, you know, YouTube's golden child, which you probably know who I'm talking about. Okay, this is going to be some waiting. Oh, maybe not. Yep, there we go. There's one. Wait for him to go around here and I'll pull him down. I wonder if I can pull him down. There's probably water down there. Yep, I can pull him down. Oh, and what did they land on? That might have just been solid ground. I don't think that was water. All right. Take that guy out. He's gonna fall and break his neck. Now, hold on. Okay, hold on. Really? You bother me for that? Okay. I will tell you what just caused me to have to pause. My phone just lit up with a big notification. You want to know what this notification was for? It was because they wanted me to watch something on Peacock. They consider that to be alert worthy. Alright, next thing was YouTube thanking me for reporting somebody. I'm assuming it was Vlad. You remember Vlad, we talked about him last time. Actually, you probably don't, because I don't think anybody watches the odd-numbered episodes. That's one of those weird themes I've noticed. Alright. Ow. Now we gotta deal with the Titans. Run at me. Alright. The Titans annoy me in the same. I think they're a fun boss fight the first time you have to do it. After 3 times of having to do it, technically you have to do it 5 times, because how many times you have to fight one of these guys, it loses all enjoyment. Now, how weak their punches are. They're supposed to be like massive titans, but they just sound really weak when they punch. Get him. Get him. Alright, now he's right next to me, so I can hit him. I don't really know what else to complain about today. I've talked about everything I wanted to. See, I get into these spots where I go into the video, I know exactly what I want to talk about. Then, afterwards, when I finish talking about it, I'm left with 10 minutes of silence. I talk a lot, though, about what I'm going to do next when this is over. Either Alan Wake or I'm going to do Mario Odyssey. Those are probably the 2 things. I'm more leaning towards Mario Odyssey, though, just because it's a lot shorter. I can beat it probably just in a couple of episodes. It's like where this game usually takes me probably around maybe 8 hours or so to beat. At least around 6 hours. Mario Odyssey I can beat in probably about 4 hours. And if I'm doing it in a video, I can probably get it down a little less. It's basically just based on how many times I mess up. But I feel like in like the span of one video I can get through probably about the first 4 or 5 worlds. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to go and get that. Now we're gonna get the line launcher, which I feel like that's probably the least used gadget in these games, because I can't really think of a time other than when I was required to use it that I used it. Alright. It really is just a thing, though, where they give you the line launcher, you're forced to use it, and after that you never use it again. Unless you're doing the Riddler challenges. That's the only other time that you're ever going to use the line launcher. It's like you might use it a few times during combat, like when you first get it. And like we're going to use it in just a little bit right here. So that's the second time we've been forced to use the line launcher. I feel like you don't... During the story, I think you used the line launcher less than 10 times. Alright. This goes by a lot quicker when you skip the cutscenes. So it feels like Batman just walks into this room and then walks back out. Ow. Now, at the time of filming this, episode 5 and this episode, which is episode 6, have not been uploaded yet. And you're probably going to notice episode 5 not having the intro anymore. I'm going to get rid of the intro because it just makes the episodes take longer, and I don't like it. It's like, no offense to the guy that made it, I think it's a good song. I just don't think it fits, and so I think I'm going to get rid of it. But I don't know yet. Now, the only person that knows right now if I'm going to get rid of it or not is you. Because you're watching this, and I'm in past tense. No. Okay, that's where I had to go. Back through the vent. Alright. Now, I guess I'll try to talk more about this game. The final boss of this game against Titan Joker. I know most people said the boss fight's terrible. I used to defend that fight. I don't think it's bad. I think it's a fine boss fight. And it works well. It's just I don't think it really fits with the game. It's a little random. Okay, why am I doing this? This is not my fault. This is the game's fault. Okay, I'm just gonna use the line launcher. What's that? That's 4. I'm gonna keep track of how many times I use the line launcher. Right now I'm at 4. 4 that I've used, 3 have been required. And the worst part is always... Okay, bump it up to 5. Those of you at home, keep track. Now, one thing I noticed though, from playing this game before, you can't throw people in the electric water. You're just not allowed to do that. I don't know why we draw the line there. Batman definitely killed people. Okay, so getting late into the video, so next time I'm going to go and knock these people unconscious. So see you next time, and bye.